Throughout the thousands of forgotten streamers on the bottom pages of Twitch lies 1,000 untold stories, and among them is the Moonstone SMP. Originally, the server was set out to be a lore-based Minecraft SMP run by 2 admins, one who managed the physical server and one who managed the players. Invites were sent out through Discord, and I was added to be a background character, independent from the main lore. But after I found one of the owner's secret lore bunkers, he banished me to the Nether and used commands to trap me there until I figured out how to break out and got my revenge, including spreading unacquirable Nether items across the entire server. And that's where the last video ended, with much more of the story left to be told. And yeah, I killed that sheep. It was really annoying while I was trying to record. And immediately you might be thinking, Mr. Pancake, when you came back from the Nether, why would you spread the Nether items? I mean, considering that I was the only player that had the opportunity to go to the Nether, monopolizing on all these resources would make me pretty overpowered, but also really containable, because the admins not only knew where I lived on the server, but also, while scrolling through the 27-page novel that made up the rules, they made slight mention to the admins having access to the players' inventories and ender chests. And when you combine that with the abilities of spectator mode to find hidden chests, it was going to be trivially easy for them to take all of these items away from me. But it was going to be a lot harder to get rid of these Nether items if they had already been spread across the entire server. And so while they banned me temporarily to go through my items and remove all the Nether ones, they'd already been spread across the entire server with dozens of players farming them. And so it was for this reason that the admins finally decided to open the Nether up to the public. Because they didn't get anything. Alright, so I just got back on the server. The admins completely cleared my inventory, and then when I checked my ender chest, they got rid of everything that was from the Nether, which I'm not gonna lie, I kind of assumed that was gonna happen because the server is terrible, and so I had a backup plan. Look, I know of all the things to grab from the Nether, this doesn't seem like it's that valuable, but you gotta believe it's part of a much bigger plan. Like I expected, the admins went through all my chests, but what they didn't expect was for me to be just the right amount of paranoid schizophrenic that I hid blaze rods in my meat smoker. Now admittedly, I could have just gone to the Nether and gotten more blaze rods. Like I said, they opened up portal travel and I'd already mapped out where a Nether fortress is. It really wouldn't have been that hard, but it's not who I am. And it's a race against time before other players realize the full extent of what these changes actually mean for the server. Because like I said, this is a lore-based SMP, and so the admins were trying to push a storyline that both involved everyone, but also centered around them. For content. So when players spread across the entire world and broke into natural factions, each group was given a few Eyes of Ender and an Ender chest to store them in, while the only known Ender portal was right in the admin's lore bunker, being used as a table. And just as an extra safeguard to keep people from going to the end, the admins instated a rule that no one was allowed to kill the Ender Dragon. This whole storyline was made to give the server a plot and help facilitate things like conflict, power struggles, the admin's self-esteem. But when my teammate was just some random guy who accidentally joined the wrong Discord server and wasn't even a Minecraft streamer, our faction was not recognized in the lore, and so we weren't given any Eyes of Ender. Our job was to encourage organic content on the server. Yeah, that's right, watch me, I'm the YouTuber. Yeah, the main lore script, at least as far as I'm aware, is that the admins were going to go around and, collect donations and then force the entire server to go to war against them because they're gatekeeping the end portal. But that doesn't sound very organic. The main change brought by the Nether being unlocked was the newfound ability to brew potions, but a small subsect of players also realized the ability to craft Ender Eyes and the potential that unlocked. Especially because the rules say no killing the Ender Dragon, but they never say you can't go to the end. And while usually you have to kill the dragon for a portal to the End Islands, it's entirely possible to just ignore the dragon and bridge there instead. The reason that nobody does this is because it's incredibly inefficient and doesn't make any sense unless there's a specific rule stating you're not allowed to kill the dragon. Only a low-level moderator realized what we were planning to do, and after refusing my bribe, it really seemed like he was going to be a problem. Wait a minute, why do I have perms? Can I make rolls? Is this an old Discord? Wait, hold on. I have a plan. Catman has been removed from the Discord server. Okay, this is obviously a very temporary fix. Technically though, we're not breaking any rules. It never says you can't go to the end or kick admins from the Discord. I'm a good law-abiding citizen. Unfortunately for me though, my teammate had finals, meaning that when I got the first elytra, I had to pass it off to him so he could log off and fall into the void, nobly, leaving only 3 of us left searching. But when you look to your enemies and find allies, things will probably go fine. I mean, why wouldn't they? Bridge this way.
We get so many elytras.
Rip. I have to avoid copyright. I'm not a data, soon and data. I have a jello heart, I'm not that mean. I was bluffing, I was just rushing. And I forgot the sunscreen. You'll never see me. I should not be alive right now. Oh, I'm finally here. Oh, it's been so long. Die. I don't care. I don't care. It's been 2 real life hours. I'm getting out of here. I don't really care about this. And as I logged out, I thought to myself, no, the admins are never gonna let this slide. They're gonna wipe my inventory for sure. They didn't even let me keep soul sand. Because the thing is, we're getting banned for this. They're gonna be so mad. But it'll probably only be so that they can confiscate all our belongings. And if that's the case, it's not unreasonable to think that we could somehow make a return. Unfortunately, they have to find something, or else they're not gonna add us back. And the first place that they'll look is our inventories and ender chests. And that's where they'll find my teammates' elytra. But what if that was all they found? Okay, I have not slept. I'm just gonna... That should be fine. I mentioned earlier in my video that admins could find hidden chests using spectator mode, and this works because chests have a slightly smaller hitbox than normal blocks, but... I mean, I bet you didn't even realize that I had this hidden pile of barrels right here. Oh, they fell for it. Oh, those fools. Yo.
They're bullying.
Why is he saying it like that?
They're gonna bully you.
No. No. I've been moved. I'm in the staff call. Hello.
Pancake.
Hello.
I've been told multiple people that content from you is just not gonna happen. It's like I get YouTube videos and everything, right?
Yeah.
The main goal of these servers is to grow and then eventually be like a brand, right? That's like Lifesteal did it and all these other servers have done it. When it comes to the people on the server, I like having you on the server. I like having you and Colin on the server.
Let's go.
But like Colin isn't being pushed to make like shitty TikToks, like stupid like 10 20 second stupid little shits, right? And shit like that. Funny moments like that would even boost the server, right? I mean, the name is out there. The name would be out there for people to see.
I get. How many videos have you guys made?
I'm editing mine.
Not to brag, but my upload has been the #1 most watched piece of Moonstone SMP content. The server is hell. I think I've earned merchandising rights. And anyways, after our call, they decided to add a new rule to the server. Absolutely no finding loopholes in the rules. Plus, elytras are permanently banned. They also retroactively changed the rules in the Discord from no killing the Ender Dragon to no going to the end, and so they took me to court. I wish I was joking.
Okay, so this case is known as the people of the server Moonstone SMP versus Pancake and Associates.
Even though going to the end wasn't against the rules at the time, the admins changed the rules, and because of this rule saying the admins are allowed to change the rules, I was violating the rules.
These words, emballinized in our rulebook, serve as a beacon.
They took this way too seriously. This court case took 4 hours. Real traffic ticket court cases are faster than this.
You said you were looking at it in the chat, and you said that this is these occurrences are on May 1st, correct? And I just want to make sure we do have said evidence, and we have evidence of
Objection, Your Honor. Glock was the first one to.
So, I think I'm innocent? This is unacceptable. We planned this for weeks. This ruins the content. We should take him to court. I'm gonna be so real. I have no idea why they keep letting me into their SMPs. That was a terrible idea. And you know what? Let's take it a step further. Why even bother joining somebody else's SMP when you can make your own? With the sponsor of today's video. Call me Chris Tyson the way I transition. Look, I know sponsors are really cringe, but Minecraft makes it nearly impossible to know how to just play on a world with your friends. Why do I have to find a third-party service and rent a server? No other game does this. Getting an affordable server is usually a nightmare to set up, but Nexus hosting makes it really easy, and they have premium support as well as DDoS protection. One of the best features, in my opinion, is they have a section full of tutorials for any game you'd ever want to host. Oh, you want to learn how to use World Edit? Boom, tutorial. You need to install plugins on your server? Boom, tutorial. And they all have pictures. It's great. I don't want to have to learn how to manage a server console, but with Nexus hosting, everything is just insanely simple and constantly updated. It just makes the process of buying a server and doing whatever you want on it really easy. Even if you have problems at 4:50 in the morning, you can choose which customer service member to bother. I know I'm a little bit biased here, but this is genuinely a really useful tool, and it's the server provider that I use. So if you want to make your own SMP, I highly recommend it. You can use code PANCAKE or click my link in the description for 10% off. And it's not just Minecraft either. With my code, it's only $8 a month for a server to run any of these games. It's great. Yeah, that's right. I got sponsored. Also, don't send hate to anybody that was in this video, or else I'm not posting the next part where we figured out how to completely break the server and get level 9 enchants. Okay, bye.